another compound with an alcohol on it, which in this case we're actually kind of using acetic acid to sort of fill this role. But in this Fischer esterification, this part of the molecule is removed. It's effectively removing water. And we leave behind a connection that looks like this. This thing is called an ester. Really important chemistry. It's worth billions of dollars a year. Perfumes and scents, food products, lots of drug chemistry here that's all manufactured in this simple way. So it's an easy technique. It's not the best possible way of doing this. It does actually produce quite a bit of waste. The stuff you're using today, acetic anhydride, helps to fix that problem a little bit, but it tends to leave a lot of acetic acid in the final product. So if you were making aspirin this way, you'd have to find a way to remove all the extra acetic acid that you put in there. If you've ever opened a bottle of aspirin that's getting a little old, it'll smell like vinegar. And that's all this stuff coming out. It would be a little uncomfortable on the stomach. Anyway, for this one, what you're doing is putting 2 grams of salicylic acid, 5 mils of acetic anhydride, and 5 drops of phosphoric acid. The phosphoric acid acts as a catalyst. It sort of connects to this oxygen, makes it positive, so that water leaves. And when we attack with this oxygen over here, it actually kicks this thing out. So water's a leaving group, and that's sort of the organic chemistry that's going on there. So run that reaction first. You're going to want to put that on a hot plate. Don't boil it, but get it close to boiling. The thermometers are in a drawer. Please be careful with them. They are mercury thermometers. The temperature needs to be above 75, but below 90 at all times. So you'll want to put it on a hot plate, turn the hot plate up maybe to 150, 175, and then monitor the temperature. Once it goes above 75, 10 minutes is what you want above that temperature. But don't let it go above 90. If it goes above 90, take it off the hot plate until it cools back down and go back on. So 10 minutes over that. Once that time is up, while it's on the hot plate still, slowly add 2 mils of water, just a few drops at a time or a small amount over a couple of minutes. Acetic anhydride can react pretty violently sometimes with water, depending upon how well your reaction has gone. If you just pour all the water in, it can fizz and spit at you, and we don't want that. Once that's done, let it go for about a minute or so more. Take it off the hot plate, put it on a piece of wire gauze, and add probably 15 to 20 mils of water. You can add that one pretty quick. The acetic anhydride should be gone with that first 2 mil addition. And then it needs to sit there and cool off till it gets close to room temperature. When you can touch it with your fingertips comfortably, it's kind of cool enough. Try the back of your hand. If that's comfortable, I don't think this is in the directions, but I think we need to do this. Take your beaker, and we're going to make an ice bath. Ice bath is nothing more than a bowl. We've got these big glass bowls. Throw some ice in it, and then sprinkle maybe a teaspoon or so of calcium chloride on top of that, and sort of mix it with a spatula. Do not stick your fingers in this. It gets cold enough to give you frostbite almost immediately, so keep your fingers out of the bowl. Once you've got that mixed together, stick your beaker into that and let it cool down for 5-10 minutes. And that's about as cold as we're going to get it. By that point, you should see crystals. If all goes well, you'll see them when they're close to room temperature. But we'll see how well it works. When you're done with that, well, it's nice and cold, filter it off with the Buchner funnel. That's the white cup with the filter paper disc in it. And the Erlenmeyer flask looks something like this off to the aspirator. So that's sort of set up. Again, pour the liquid through and then use small amounts of cold water. What you can do is take a squeeze bottle full of distilled water, or half full, and throw some ice cubes out of the ice machine into it. Put quite a few. It might be one that you want to share with other people. And use the really cold water to wash the crystals out of the beaker. That way it doesn't dissolve in the water again. You lose product that way. Once you've got your crystals of aspirin, there's a bottle around someplace that says acetylsalicylic acid waste on it. Put your stuff in there and we're pretty much done with it. If you do get it pretty fast, we can do a melting point on it. I can show you how that works. That's pretty quick and pretty easy. So, but just have some fun making aspirin today. This is how Bayer did it originally. So to save people from all the upset stomachs that salicylic acid was giving them, but to cure their headaches. Questions? Okay, 2, 4, 6, who's, yeah.